Now, I need to have a word with you all. Oh, yes. Well, yeah, it's come to that point. It absolutely has. Now, I wanted to share this particular thing with you because it really started a fascinating debate. And it was just a comment that I saw, and I thought, well, I wanted to share it with you, the chums, of course, our wonderful community. And it's amazing how things come back with a lot of interest. And I thought, well, let me just reiterate this particular story simply because a lot of people say to me, Neil, how did you end up in a shirt and tie? Not literally, because obviously you get dressed in the morning and you put the tie on. That's how it happens. But truthfully, I wanted to share this because when you think about it, the very first time you get a shirt and tie, you go for a suit or anything like that, it's a memorable day, isn't it? I mean, I remember back over here in the United Kingdom when, of course, we were known not just for Savile Row and Jermyn Street and places like that, but every high street had its own tailor, didn't it? Hepworth's, do you remember that? Greenwood's, oh yes, all of those big names, John Collier, the window to watch, who remembers that, eh? And when you were younger, you only really went in with your dad if he got like a new sports jacket or a tie or something like that. That was your first foray into it. Now, I've got to be honest, my father is an exceptionally smart man. He's always been in a shirt and tie, and I'm guessing that truly influenced me. But of course, moving into this particular career of show business and then journalism and all that sort of stuff, it pays to be smart. One of the very first things I remember was going for a fitting when I was working in the hotel chains, and they literally decked you out in a full morning suit. And it was a place actually somewhere in Leicester Square, I think called Lipman's and Son. Does anybody remember that? It was up a side street somewhere, but it felt very grown up, incredible when you think about it, because you came out thinking, wow, this is not bad. You had the waistcoat, the stripy trousers, the long, or a bit like Mr. Hudson, from upstairs, downstairs. In fact, that's what I felt like a little bit. Of course, moving forward, you then go into more sort of things, don't you, where you say to yourself, well, you need to look the part, particularly if you're interviewing dignitaries, politicians, and of course, celebrities. And I wanted to ask, what is it about the shirt and tie? Is it quintessentially British? Do people around the world just think of us as wearing them? When you think about the 1950s, 40s, 60s, that sort of stuff, with the bowler-hatted men striding across, of course, Westminster Bridge on their way to work, But it's now apparently making a comeback, and that's what I wanted to share with you. Do you like to see a man in a shirt and tie? Does it give you a slight bit of, difference in how you would treat someone? Truly, I simply wear a shirt and tie because I like it. I like to find nice ties. They're not expensive ties, let me tell you. People ask you, where'd you get your collection from? I just look around and it's really the design that you think, yeah, that's nice and bright. I'll go for that one. Some of them don't always work though, the sort of thing. You buy them and you think, what was I thinking when you look back a few years down the line? What were you thinking when you bought that tie? But as I say, the golden days of tailoring for people, particularly men over here in the United Kingdom, seemingly have gone. And when you go into a store now, I don't know if any fellas out there agree with me, everything's slim fit, isn't it? From the shirts to the suits, to the trousers, and slim fit and me, you can imagine, we're not exactly the best of friends, So do you like to see a distinguished looking man in a shirt and tie? Does it change your perception of them? Does it give an air of authority? That sort of stuff. Or do you just relish the fact that people enjoy dressing up? It's really, for me, a case of a bit of a uniform. You know that you can go in anywhere from a 5-star deluxe hotel to getting your shopping at the local supermarket. You just look presentable. And what we all want in this world, ladies as well, is to simply look our best, our public face to the world. Tell me, who were your favourite stars in shirt and ties and suits? I was very influenced when I was younger by that look of people like Cary Grant. I thought they always looked impeccable. And then Sean Connery in the early Bond films, who was put together by all those wonderful Savile Row sort of tailors. And you think, wow, what a great look. Even now when you look at him from Russia with Love, the suits are pin sharp, aren't they? As I say, a little bit of fun. Let me know what you think. Does it change your opinion of someone? And what was your favourite star who was incredibly dapper, debonair, and more importantly, had a big impact on you? And don't forget, fellas, you can join in too. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.